Okay, Stella, this is Grandpa Fay. This is my dad, Terry, and we're going to talk about him and his life up to this point. It's after Christmas, it's the new year, year 2000, January 14th. He came up to visit and see you for the first time, and there you are in the background. First of all, let's hear about your childhood. Where were you born, and where did you grow up?
Okay, I was born June 19th, 1944 at the Sherman Hospital, Elgin, Illinois. I lived in Elgin until I was about 9 years old. I moved to the country outside of Dundee. Parents built a house out there. And then they got divorced when I was about 12. And my dad, we moved to Oregon, Illinois, and my parents remarried. I believe it was the same year. We moved back to Elgin.
I never knew that.
What?
That they divorced and remarried?
Yeah, just like your mom and me. Father like son. And then, let's see, went to Elgin High School. I married my first wife in October 10th, 1964. Her name was Patricia.
Patricia?
Yeah.
Where'd you guys live?
Lived in Elgin. Then we moved to Aurora. And I got a job in Aurora, Rainbow Bread Company. So
And what was your nickname?
Bread Man.
That's what they still call you? The Bread Man?
No, not too many people anymore. And I met your mother.
How long were you married to Patricia?
3 years. No children.
Have you ever talked to her since?
Last time I saw her is one time when your mom and I stopped in Aurora at the drugstore. Got a case of formula for Dan. He's just a baby. I was sitting outside waiting for your mother. I was watching Danny, and I saw her walk out of the store. I never talked to her. And one time I saw her at the sandwich fair. The first time I went to the sandwich fair, but I never talked to her.
Huh.
And where she's at now, I don't care. Don't know, don't care.
Then you married Mom.
Mm-hmm.
How old were you? It was 1968.
Yep. I was 24. 24.
And what date did you get married?
September 21st,
September 21st.
1968. And November 25th, 1987, we got married the second time.
So you had Dan the next year after you were married in July.
Yep.
Then you had me in January of 72.
Yep.
And when you got married, where'd you live?
Aurora. We lived in Aurora. Then we moved to Shapland. Lived out there in South Farm. Grandparents South Farm.
Out at the entrance for the state park.
Yep.
And the house not there.
Not there anymore.
They tore it down when they were building the state park.
Right. Well, that's why we built a house there in Cherokee Street.
What was that, 403 Cherokee?
419 was Cherokee.
419 Cherokee?
I think so.
Yeah, it was an old greenhouse now.
Yep, it's great.
It's gray now.
Mm-hmm. Les Larson and his wife live there.
They live there now.
Yeah. So.
And then you were working for Schneider?
Swift and Company.
Swift and Company?
Yeah.
Was that the big orange truck?
Well, it was Schneider. I worked for them for a little bit, not for long.
Okay.
I worked for Swift. Then I quit Swift, went to work for Schneider, and then Swift wasn't supposed to rehire after you quit, but I got rehired there at Swift.
Then in like 1974, you moved to Wisconsin?
76.
76. I was 4 years old.
Yep, 76.
And went up to
St. Germain,
St. Germain.
up the resort.
Resort and motel.
Yep.
Right on the lake.
330 feet of lake frontage.
Hmm.
And what I want to do, I want to sell off to the county, do 100 foot lake frontage, almost pay for that resort, but your mother had to go back to Shabba. She said she was going back to Shabba with her without me. And so you know what happened there.
Yep. So he went back to Shabda.
Went back to Shabba.
She always wanted to go back to Shabda.
Yep. Same thing happened in Triumph. Going back with or without me. That time she went without me.
So went back to Shabna, and you started with Paul Johnson. Bought the house on Hiawatha Street, and she had her shop, did all the hair.
She always had a beauty shop up to her folks' house too when we lived in Shabba before.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh no, she had a shop in the basement there
In Cherokee.
in Cherokee. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that.
I remember right after we moved in, Dan was chasing a cat upstairs with only a spray can of paint. And Mom was downstairs doing hair, didn't know what the noise was. It was Dan chasing the cat upstairs with only a spray can of paint. She said she got hold, she would have killed him.
Pretty big mess, huh?
I guess we had to call, I forget the name of the outfit now in DeKalb. They came down and cleaned all the carpet. Brand new house. Had only spray paint or everything. Everything but the cat. Dan's like 2 years old. And you were on your way. You were conceived by now.
Oh, I was on my way.
Yeah. When we moved in, you were conceived. It was a joke one time. Dick O'Kane said, "Hey Terry," he says, "all these nights you're working on that house, you know." I said, "I was. I said, a 3-bedroom house. I just fell into that 3rd bedroom."
Now you have one sister, Bonnie.
Mm-hmm.
She's your older sister.
Yeah.
And she lives up in Roscoe, Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
And when your parents divorced when you were 16, you lived with her?
I lived with Dad at first, but I didn't get along with Mary, so I moved in with Bonnie.
So Mary was his second wife.
Yeah.
And he has how many kids with Mary?
1, Sherry.
Sherry.
Yeah. The other 2 he adopted.
Oh, the other 2 he adopted.
Yeah.
Stacy.
No, Kathy and Bob. They adopted.
So they weren't Mary's or his kids.
Oh, they were Mary's kids.
Oh, they were already Mary's kids.
Mary's kids.
Oh.
Her first marriage.
Oh, I did not know that either.
Okay.
All this new stuff we're learning. And then your mom remarried Phil.
Yep. I feel like I'm a witness stand. You know that?
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Oh, we just.
there's this. Okay, DA, go ahead. District attorney. As long fill up the glass, we'll be okay.
So, your mom married Phil
Mm-hmm.
and had 3 other kids with
Mhm.
Phil. Had Phil, Sally, and Megan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So is that all your brothers and sisters?
Well, besides, Kathy, the dad had.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
That's enough.
Yeah, that's plenty. So how's Grandpa doing?
Grandpa Faye,
Yeah.
he's doing okay for a person his age.
81.
He'll be 81 in April. He just lost his brother December 30th. So he's the last one. He's the youngest boy. Youngest 3 boys.
Youngest of 3 boys?
Yep. Uncle LeVere was the oldest, and Uncle Art was just passed away, no dad. So hopefully he's around for a few more years.
And how about your mom? Is she?
She's pretty good health.
And
She's a scatterbrain. Airhead.
Is she the only child?
No, she had two brothers, Uncle John and Uncle James.
And how are they?
They both passed away.
They have.
You met Uncle John.
Yeah, I remember meeting all these people. It's just
Uncle John was at Dan's wedding with Mom.
That's right.
I remember meeting him.
That's right.
We were looking for guys.
Now was Grandma? She was adopted by
They're all were adopted.
by their parents,
Hmm
and
They had 2 children, died of infancy, so then Grandma and Grandpa adopted Mom and adopted Uncle John and Uncle James.
now you've told me a story about Grandma before that
Grandma.
Yeah, about
My mom,
yeah, about her real parents.
her real parents, when I was about 12 years old, she decided she wanted to find out who her real parents were. And so she did. She went and talked to her dad first, he said, and she talked to her brothers, like her,
Were her and her brothers related, or they were
No.
all three separate
they're
children?
separate. So anyway, I guess her real mom's real dad worked for Al Capone.
He worked for Al Capone.
Yeah,
Did she find out who her real mom was?
yeah. Her name was Elsie. I met her.
You did.
Yep.
Did
Lived in
you?
Chicago.
Huh? And did she work? She worked for a circus. Is that what you
I
said?
don't think I couldn't tell you, Andy.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know. I don't think so.
I thought I remember someone saying that she worked on the trapeze or something with the circus.
I think she may have been a prostitute. I don't know.
Oh, jeez. That's horrible. Okay. Let's see. And now you live in Cherry, Illinois.
Cherry, Illinois. 112 North 4th Street.
And you're driving truck, a Teamster member.
Yep.
Been a Teamster for 30 years.
Well, I joined in 1965. Then I took a withdrawal for a while. But yeah, more or less I've been a Teamster. And don't forget, I had the supper club there for a while too.
Oh, in Cherry.
Yep.
Had the restaurant,
Mhm.
the supper club bar and restaurant.
Mhm.
Anything else?
Oh, anything else?
Anything else that you think that is interesting for Stella to know?
In my life history?
Mhm.
Or what?
In your life history or in general? Anything about your genes or genetics that you think she'll like to know about?
Oh,
What are your hobbies?
my hobbies?
Yeah.
They're-
Dancing,
Photography used to be my hobby.
photography.
Yeah, it used to be. Yeah, if I ever get to keep a camera, maybe I'll have it again.
Why haven't you been able to keep a camera?
Well, that's the old. You can tell Stella about that. That has to be on film.
Okay. What else? Any other hobbies? Anything else you like to do? I heard-
I like to travel. I enjoy traveling, seeing the country.
anything?
And sports. I used to like to fish a little bit, not a whole lot. Hunt a little bit, not a whole lot. I wasn't avid at anything really.
Uh-huh.
I used to drag race when I was a kid. Used to go to drag strip.
That's right. I forgot about that. What kind of car did you have?
Oh, I raced Oldsmobile 442,
What year was it?
65.
Did you win?
A couple times.
A couple times.
Turned the high 13s, 1391 I think was my best time.
For 100
101 miles an hour, something like that.
for the quarter mile.
Yeah.
That's
Then when
pretty
your
cool.
mom and I got married, I had that Corvette. I should
What,
have kept that.
What was the Corvette?
67 Stingray Coupe, 427, 400 horsepower,
Three deuces.
3 deuces.
The six pack on top.
Yeah.
Wish you would have kept that.
Should have kept that one for sure.
How much would it be worth today?
About 40,000, 45,000.
And you sold it for how much in 19?
Like, really? I thought it might be worth more than that one.
Oh,
We saw them for about 50, I think.
yeah.
The
Let's
wheels
see.
alone are worth over 5,000.
I bought it with 8,000 miles on it. I paid $3,750 for it.
And how much did you sell it for?
And I got more for it than I paid for it. I thought I'd really do a hell of a good deal.
Thought you were making some
Right, I
good
thought I
money.
was really making some money. And I
So,
kept the car for a year and a half. I sold it for more than I paid for it. That's pretty good.
yeah,
I should just set up on blocks.
yeah.
Reason, starting to be a family man, Dan was on the way, so I figured time to get a family car.
Right. Well, that's
Pretty much kind of a boring life.
no, that's not too boring.
I used to enjoy taking you and Dan with me in the truck. That was fun.
Yeah, we used to like that.
And you guys used to like it.
Have any funny stories about me in the truck?
Oh yes, I can tell you some good ones.
Let's hear a good one.
Oh, I remember that one day I was loading. I said, Andy, don't touch a thing. You know, my mom's truck. You don't touch anything in the stash. Nothing. Leave everything alone.
Uh huh.
You're about 7 years old.
So did I leave everything alone?
No, you did not.
What did I do?
You released my fifth wheel.
What's the fifth wheel?
That's what hooks the trailer onto the tractor. You know, the fifth wheel.
Yeah.
It's a slider. You know, you move it for weight distribution.
Right.
But anyway, at an incline, I went to pull out. I put it in gear. I was all loaded. And
Oh, you're all loaded.
yeah.
And what were you loaded with?
Steel pipe.
Steel pipe. Pretty heavy stuff.
Yes, it was. I go pull out. I let out the clutch and bang. Well, luckily the stops held and the trailer stayed on. Andrew, what did I tell you?
How much would that have cost?
I hate to think. Thousands.
I remember you told me one story. One time you were in a factory and you were getting ready to load or unload. There you are, Stella. And you had the pipe to unhook the strap, the chains, and you went to take it off and it had so much tension it threw the pipe all the way across.
Oh, the cheater pipe? Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't you show him holding her?
Here we go. You want to hold her?
Sure.
There she is.
Oh. And this is my first grandchild, Stella Adair. I don't know where you got the Adair from. This is a cute name. Hmm? And we're both kind of pale, aren't we? We need some sun. Do we need some sun?
Look good. Look good, huh, Stella? Can you smile yet?
Can you smile?
You're starting to smile,
Smile for the camera.
aren't you?
Here you go.
Hi.
Smile.
Hi. Hi. Hi.
Daddy's in the background making funny faces at Stella.
Stella says, I don't do
And
anything on
and
you.
Stella says, who's this kook back there doing this stuff?
Daddy's a crazy guy. Okay, well, I think we have pretty much everything we need.
Okay. You cut my head off.
Oh, I'm sorry.